Anyway, let's go ahead and get it started. Is that removed from the screen, Misty? I just want to make sure.
Yep, you're good.
Oh, still good? All right, let's jump into it. So the Emergency Broadband Benefit, or the EBB program, this is a Federal Communication Commission program that provides a temporary discount to those who qualify on their monthly broadband internet subscriptions, okay? For the basic qualifying customers, it's up to $50 a month off of their internet subscription bill, which is huge. And then for those who live on tribal lands, it's up to $75 a month off of their internet subscriptions. So this government subsidy has been put in place as a way to help us out with the COVID-19 and financial hardships that a lot of Americans have suffered through. But it's partnered with some of the programs that we offer here at Perfect Vision. Earthlink, okay, Frontier, and then also Windstream. So if you're partnered with those providers, you can work with your customers in order to help them get this discount off their plans. And for a lot of our internet programs, you're going to see things like reduced installation charges, $50 off of your plan, right? Which is kind of a given there. You can combine this if that customer is already receiving Lifeline benefits. And for some of our products, we have no credit checks, no data caps, and even a wireless gateway to deliver the best experience in home and Wi-Fi. So when you think about it, what am I offering to this customer? Savings, but a really good internet product from either one of our companies who you can work with here today. So the big question is, who qualifies for the Emergency Benefit Broadband Program? And what you see on my screen are some of the top qualifiers that will generally present you with an automatic approval. So when you think about helping your customer, go to the FCC website and fill out the application for this subsidy. If they qualify based on one of these metrics, they can typically get an instant approval so that you can go ahead and set that up in your order entry platform. So the top one is going to be SNAP, or food stamps. Customers who qualify for this qualify for the EBB subsidy. Medicaid, federal public housing assistance, federal Pell Grants awarded in the current year, free or reduced school lunches. So even children who have this program, if they are in the household, then the household qualifies for this. And then even veterans pension and survivors benefits. These are just a few of the qualifiers, guys. If you go to getemergencybroadband.org, the list goes on. And that's really why we want to show you guys this information, this opportunity. A lot of people, when this was first released, thought that, well, that's just a few customers who qualify, or that's just a certain demographic of customers who qualify. There is a massive amount of Americans today who qualify for the EBB in some way or another. Here's a couple more. So other qualifiers could just mean substantial loss of income due to either job loss or furlough from February 29, 2020 until today. And so for a household with a single filer, if they made at $99,000 a year or below, and they were impacted this way, they qualify. Or if it's for joint filers, if they made $200,000 a year or below, then they qualify as well. Then another one would be anyone who is at at or below 135% of the poverty guidelines that you see from the chart on the left side of my screen. So you can see one person household size and that amount annually, or up to 4 people annually. If you fit that description, you also qualify. So what we did to make this real for you guys is just to show you kind of holistically how many people out there truly qualify for the EBB. So as you can see, I'm gonna start with the biggest number first. Over 75 million Americans today receive Medicaid benefits. And that's one of your top qualifiers that gets you instant approval. That's 75 million people, opportunities, households that you can help get this benefit for their internet subscription. 40 million Americans receive SNAP or food stamp benefits, okay? That's a lot of opportunity there as well. 20 million students currently have free or reduced school lunches. This could be elementary school, middle school, high school. There's 20 million students who receive this type of benefit. And then 1 to 2 million Americans receive federal public housing assistance. So if you look at this kind of collectively, 75 million Americans is a giant opportunity. That's just Medicaid. And then we add in some of these other qualifiers and metrics. There's a ton of customers around the United States. These are people who you can offer that great internet solution, and then let's get up to $50 off of that internet solution because of this government subsidy. So one thing that we want you to focus on, you're gonna be working with your TMs and your BDMs, your sales group here at Perfect Vision, is just finding the right customers, putting yourself in front of that foot traffic that's going to obviously qualify in one way or another, using those 5 qualifying programs or even 6. And if you look at our providers and what we cover in the United States, I'm gonna start off with Earthlink. They're in 78 million households nationwide. So if you are partnered with Earthlink Internet as one of our authorized dealers, then you have a massive opportunity here. If you're not currently, you might want to talk to your TMs, talk to your BDMs on how easy it is for you to apply and be able to offer that because of that large footprint reach. Windstream is another partner with EBB. They cover about 1.4 million homes in 18 states. That's a great opportunity there too. And then Frontier, we're newly partnered with them, so we're working on getting you guys set up with that too. 3.5 million homes in 29 states. So again, we have the reach. There's a ton of customers who already qualify. It's up to us now to start developing the strategies, marketing, and targeting those areas, guys, so that you can start reaping those benefits and raising your activation rates. And that's what we're going to talk about now. Next up, we want to get into strategies that are proven, that we've learned from dealers that actually win with this program. But before we do, I got to pause for one more poll. I just want to see who was paying attention. So if you look on my screen, the poll question is, which EBB qualifier covers the largest amount of Americans? Is it the SNAP or food stamp benefits, is it the Pell Grants, the Medicaid, or the public housing assistance? To tell you the truth, this one shocked me when I looked at the metrics. Okay, we got about 74% voting on Medicaid, 25 on food stamps. We're gonna go ahead and end it. We'll give it a couple more seconds. All right, absolutely correct. It's Medicaid. I mean, that's huge. 75 million Americans today are currently on that type of assistance. So again, guys, we have a major opportunity with the EBB and being able to help customers sign up for it with our internet packages. So strategies that win. Again, you're going to hear your TMs and your BDMs talking about just getting out there in front of people. One good way to do this is just set up shop somewhere. I was joking with Miss the other day, and I was like, you know what if you kind of targeted this like you were selling Girl Scout cookies? But the more I thought about it, the more it made sense. Think about where they set up their locations. Think about how they go and target people, and it just kind of makes sense. They have this advertisement with all the cookies, and that's what draws you in. You guys could set up a tent literally at a college campus, because we're targeting the Pell Grants, literally outside of a local storefront, a Dollar General, a Dollar Tree, even a Walmart. Now you work with your TMs on how you can do this, right? Approach the store owner, and Chris Kinney is going to talk to you about how to make that work. But that's a great strategy that we've seen win. Something as simple as, let's set up shop here, let's get some great advertisements, let's draw the customers into us. Another one, the digital space. Everybody's there. I think I was on Marketplace the other day, just browsing around, because I don't like to go to flea markets, but I want to buy everything and put it in my house for some reason. So customers are there. If you can advertise in a digital space, you're going to collect a lot more traffic. Even though it's digital traffic, that's fine. Let's drive them back to a phone call. Let's drive them back to an email conversation. And then let's work in EBB Plus, one of our great internet products. Events are huge, guys, and it's starting to open up now in 2021. I know the state fair is going on in Arkansas. Everybody's excited about it. So go online, work with your local and your state events, and see if you guys can go ahead and set up a vendor booth there and start attracting customers that way. That's a huge opportunity, and marketing can help you out with that as well. Post flyers is traditional, it's basic, but it works. People would love to see some flyers in apartment complexes, around schools and things of that nature. Hey, call me to see if you can save up to $600 a month off of your internet solution with this particular subsidy. So even though these are things that we kind of had on our radar, think about how impactful they can be with this particular subsidy. Now we have that extra draw with the EBB program to get customers on the hook and get them calling our phone numbers, okay? So these are just a couple strategies. Your TMs have a ton of them. Work with us so that we can get up or set up a plan for you. And then when you consider locations, school, college campuses, like I mentioned, that Pell Grant, guys, you can set up at a student union. You can set up your booth. You can pass out flyers. You can get college students interested in this particular product. They don't have a ton of money. Parents want to save money. Let's help them with this particular subsidy. Unemployment officers are great. Guys, work with those. Try to set something up at an unemployment office. Apartments, we talked about events, even boys and girls clubs, right? We can set up flyers, target those kids on the free and reduced school lunches. County event centers are a great place for us to do. And then even work with maybe some church officials to see if you can go and talk to some people that way. But high foot traffic like retail locations, we've heard a lot of success with that one. Again, that's going to be huge if you can set up outside of like a Walmart or a Dollar General, a Piggly Wiggly if it's in your market. That makes me laugh. A Home Depot, right? You want to advertise, you want to target as many people who are going to see your information. right? They're going to see it. 10 people are going to see it. One person going to say, well, how can I save? 100 people are going to see it. 20 people are going to say, well, how can I save, right? So again, you want to target the foot traffic, set yourself up to succeed by targeting some of those retail locations. And don't forget about the outside the box tactics. There's nothing wrong with working with marketing, and maybe we'll get a vehicle wrap or a magnetic cling, right? You can put it on your vehicle, and as you drive to work, as you drive to pick up the kids, that's just advertisement that's just moving down the highway. Now imagine how many customers will look to their left and see your sign and say, hey, call me now for this best deal or this excellent discount off your internet solution. So again, you have to be strategic, but you have a crazy draw when we talk about saving a customer $50 a month off their internet solution, okay? Booth events, give away some prizes. Customers love to see giveaways. That's gonna bring the crowd over to you. And then join Facebook groups, okay? That's where people are developing those social circles nowadays. You might not win as much in person with those physical interactions, but if you go online, if you advertise in a digital space, and if you work with things like Facebook groups and LinkedIn groups, use that to your advantage. And then this is one that sometimes we sleep on, yard signs, they work. So work with our marketing team guys on yard signs. You wouldn't believe how many people call a number because they drive by and they see a sign in someone's yard. So again, think about some outside the box tactics, work with your TMs and BDMs, guys, and we can make this successful. Now I'm gonna bring on Mr. Chris Kennedy, one of your outside directors, and he's gonna talk to us about how to win specifically with these tactics.
Thanks, Elliot, I appreciate it. There's a few things, I see half the screen, Elliot. There's a few things I want to talk about that you can work with your BDMs and your TMs about growing and getting involved with the EBB business. First thing is a developable plan. And I'm going to be talking about a specific plan, and that would be more of the event style or the tent style type business. What I would do is work with your TM and BDM and discuss, how do I go about doing this, right? How do I get a tent out there? What do I need to do? The first thing I would recommend doing is investing in a tent, right? There's a lot of stores like, Academy Sports or Dick's Sporting Goods that have these $60 10 by 10 pop-up tents. Invest in one of these. It's a $60 investment. And ask the TM, maybe they may be able to help you with that. It's very possible. Well, listen, if you do a few of these events, I might be able to support that tent. I might be able to pay for it possibly. Ask your TM or BDM to see if they can do that. And then what you want to do is identify the location. What's being very successful right now is either a retail shopping mall or a Dollar General store. Stores like that, they get traffic where you may not have to get a large, an approval process to go through, unlike a Home Depot that might be difficult to get in, but you have to look at the demographic of that customer going in there as well. You want to set up a location. Retail is usually good, or Dollar General type stores. Those are usually the best stores to do it in. And then have a marketing plan. What I mean by that is when that customer comes up and gets the internet, give them something back, right? Give them, listen, I'll give you $25 gift card once it's activated. Or if you're in front of a store, give that $25 gift card back to that store. Use that as leverage, right? So if you can go to any store, any manager and ask, listen, can I put a tent here? What you want to do is advertise free internet. I'm seeing there's a lot of companies out there that sold Lifeline phones. And what they did is they advertised by putting a sign up that says get free phones. Well, they had lines of people. We're doing the same thing now with internet. You'll see in future slides that there are companies out there advertising free internet. Well, guess what? A lot of people are going to come up and inquire, can I be eligible for it? What you're going to do is with the EBB program is see if they do qualify. So that's kind of the steps I would take if you want to win this program. Work with your TMs or BDMs on a plan, figure out a location where you want to go to, and then make sure you have a good marketing plan and make sure that the customer has something. Not only, obviously, they could get free internet, because they could if their bill's $50 a month, but also reward that store, reward that location for allowing you to put up that tent. So that's what I got. Back to you, Elliot.
Thanks, Chris. We appreciate that. And guys, we're getting ready to move into a strategic positioning session now, because we want to make sure that you are obviously bringing up this benefit, getting your customers to kind of pull in on this one and let them know the benefits. But there's a way that you want to do it with a little bit of subtlety, right? Because as you're talking to your customers, you just want to make sure that they understand the opportunity, obviously, but then pull from those qualifying questions, and that's what we're going to show you next. But before we do, let's do one more poll, because I love that location section. So I'm going to launch this one on my screen, and this is more opinion, but which location do you think, after watching a little bit what we presented here, will present the largest opportunity for you to be in front of an EBB qualifying customer? Which tactic, which location do you think is going to work best for your dealership? And again, once you guys get that plan of action, work with TMs, work with BDMs, so that we can help you in our marketing team go ahead and get that in play for you. And I'm just curious, which one do you think? We got a lot of retail location, about 67%. I have a couple school campuses. That Pell Grant is a lot in 2021 who were awarded that Pell Grant, some events, fairs. Okay, we're gonna get ready to close it. That's 100%. Good deal, guys. Yeah, absolutely. I agree with what Chris was saying just then, guys. Those retail locations are huge, and we've had a ton of success with dealers who are targeting that particular space. Okay, so definitely let us know and work with us so that we can help you out with those tactics. All right, so next up, we're going to move into just having a conversation, right? And it's not a weird conversation. You guys are sales agents. You know how to offer discovery questions and sell products. But when you're talking about the EBB eligible customers, you're going to kind of work in or pepper in questions like, hey, does anyone in your home qualify for SNAP or food benefits? There's a great government subsidy going on right now from the FCC. I want to talk to you about it. And obviously that sign is pulling them in, but you want to make sure that you're targeting those top 5 qualifiers so that we can help them get set up today, okay, get approved today, and then incorporate that over into whatever internet program we're offering here at Perfect Vision. So another one, do you or another person in your home qualify for Medicaid or SSI, right? Supplemental security income. And I think we had a question in the box, someone might have answered, but it said, does the homeowner have to qualify, or can anyone in the home qualify? And anyone in the home, whether it's just a child or whoever, if they live in that household and they qualify for one of those benefits, then the household gets that reduction on their internet price. That's what makes it huge. So that's why a lot of times when you see my question, I'll say, does anyone in the home qualify? Or do you or someone who lives there qualify for one of these particular options, guys? But again, with your discovery questions, go through your top 5 qualifiers and see if you can pull one of those out so that you can help your customer go ahead and apply for that. Sorry about that, I went 2 clicks too fast. So once you get that indication that, well, actually, yes, I do qualify for Medicaid currently, or I do qualify for SNAP or food stamps benefits. Here, guys, we have these little QR codes and work with your TMs that we can send you. So if you're at that retail location, you can have it on your phone and you say, well, here, let's go ahead and get that application started and see if we can save you some money today, and have them scan it off of your phone using theirs. It's going to take them directly to the application. They can fill it out. It's not going to take them any time at all. And let's go ahead and get that instant approval. So if they agree, or if they indicate that, yes, I do qualify for any of those top 5 reasons, great. Let's go ahead and use your phone, get you to our National Verifier site. We'll fill out a short application and we'll pick out the perfect internet package for you, whether that's through Earthlink, whether that's through Kinetic by Windstream, or whether that's through Frontier. So again, guys, that transition, those discovery questions, target those top qualifying reasons so that we can go ahead and close those sales out today. Now for marketing, I'm going to bring on our director, Ms. April Watkins, who will cover this information with you.
Thanks, Elliot. You can go to the next slide. So this is kind of pulling it all together. So when we're talking high level, how do I get out there? What does my message really need to look like? This is saying, regardless whether you're going to do Frontier, Windstream, Earthlink, what the carrier is, you want to get the message out there to your prospect, to your customer, that you can offer free internet. So if you're not matching your message to Earthlink or to Windstream, you can say free internet, free stimulus internet, those kind of messaging, free and low cost internet. So most of, you get $50 off a month or $600 off a year. If they choose to do, a different package, it may be a little bit of out of pocket. So that's why we have to be a little bit careful with the free. But when we're not tagging it to a specific program or partner, feel free to use that free internet, free stimulus messaging. So this just kind of shows you whether it's yard signs, truck magnets, like Chris had mentioned, getting a tent, non-branded tent. If you have a DirecTV tent, whatever tent that you have, you can go ahead and put up this free messaging. And our marketing department can help you with these assets, getting them designed and created, getting them printed, so you can go ahead and start messaging this today. So this is just so you can visually see kind of how to pull it all together. And then if you want to go to the next slide, Elliot. This is an example, and I'm going to actually hand this over to Chris. If you want to kind of go through this success story, Chris.
Yeah, so we have a dealer in Texas that we work with, and they put this tent up on it. Basically, here's a retail strip mall in West Texas. They put it up, and they had on sign that on the right that you don't see, it said free, qualify for free internet, right? So basically what they've done is they basically almost tripled their sales orders in a matter of a few days or weeks, right? So they were out there every day full time, but they were out there during the major traffic hours. And that's how successful this dealership was. Just putting it up, in a few days, right? So the message is powerful when you tell people qualify for free internet. And what happens is sometimes they may not qualify for free internet. Maybe they qualify for something else. And these dealers actually sold Windstream, and maybe they didn't qualify for the EBB, but they got Windstream anyway. So there's two benefits. They may not qualify for EBB, but you could still sell them another internet product, and these gentlemen were selling basically Windstream. So that's the positive thing about this, is that it doesn't always have to be EBB, but it could be, and it could be just a different provider, and you make money doing that.
Thank you, Chris. Ellie, if you want to go to the next slide. So now we're going to kind of tie in, how do you brand it with Earthlink, with Kinetic? We're bringing Frontier on, so we'll have assets for that. And then also just kind of having that non-branded message. So if we want to do traditional tactics, we have flyers and posters, door hangers, event material. As you can see, I'm not sure if any of these ads, you can't really see it. We put the QR code on the bottom of these ads. So you have your name, your phone number, and then we have that QR code. So if you are at an event, you're doing door to door, you're just talking to your customer, you can hand them a flyer that has the information with the QR code. They can scan it and see if they're eligible. Or you can leave a door hanger with that QR code, all the information. So we have plenty of assets for all of our partners, and just for the, again, the generic free stimulus internet messaging in traditional tactics. And then we also have them, Ellie, if you want to go to the next slide. We have several digital posts and banners as well. So we probably have over 300 different messages or different images that, for all of you guys to utilize for the different partners and for generic, so that you can go and you can do paid Facebook ads, you can do free marketplace ads, banner ads, all the different ways to get digitally out in front of your customer to let them know to reach out to you to get information on getting free internet. So we have all these assets if you're not familiar with that, and just reach out, say I'm ready to sell EBB, and we will start the conversation with you and get you the assets that you need to really leverage this promotion while it lasts. Thanks, Elliot.
Excellent. Thanks, April. We appreciate that. All right, guys, we're pulling towards the end of our training today, and I hope this was insightful. I hope it was shocking in a good way to see such a massive opportunity, because again, that's why we wanted to put this call on for you guys. We understand that there is a government subsidy out there where customers are taking a huge advantage off of their internet subscriptions, but did you realize it covered that many Americans?
We would like to thank you for watching our training video. Our staff is here to serve you.